First off, we have Monique Van. Now, is it, help me. How do you say your last name, Monique? Sorry. Okay, first you need to unmute.
Van Lieshout.
That one, I would not have got that right. So Van Lieshout,
Yes.
correct? What kind of a name is that?
It's a Dutch last name. I'm from the Netherlands originally.
Neat. Ooh, Norse, that's cool. I have ancestry going back there, so that's really cool.
My whole family still lives there, so it's kind of nice to go back and forth.
Way cool to learn that about you. Monique, where are you currently calling in from?
I'm actually calling from BC, Penticton, Okanagan. Yeah.
Very cool. Welcome. Thank you for calling in from Canada. We appreciate it. And who was it that shared ER Shred with you originally?
Lynn Robinson, who's also, I think, on the call.
Thank you, Lynn. Lynn is the superhero who shared. Thank you, Lynn. And give us an idea. What is your passion? What are you most passionate about? We love to learn about people.
My passion is to inspire other people. That's a huge thing for me. And when I started Isogenics, had the transformation. And then, 7 years later, you go off and on the wagon. When I drove from Ontario across Canada to come here, and I decided to stay here, I'm very much into the wine industry, and I started drinking and eating. I felt like I lived in a movie, like Eat, Pray, and Love. And I was really eating and praying.
Julia Roberts, right? That's cool.
And then it was time for me to go to work, and then I put my jeans on, and I'm like, OMG, what am I doing? And then I'm like, I had a belly, and I had not had a belly for a long time. So I felt so uncomfortable. And then my daughter had moved in with me for a few months. They just got back from, it doesn't matter. They moved in, but they're both vegetarians. They're very healthy eaters. So every time I cooked meat, there's like, and I'm like, that's okay. I'll don't cook meat. But I noticed that it was a huge difference in my body. And so when Lynn reached out to me, she goes, we're all going to ER Shred with Cindy and all of that. It was about 18 people. I said, I am so in, but I'm going to be so afraid to eat all this bacon and this meat. And then I went to the store and bought the bacon. And then all of a sudden my body is like, holy shit. I went 2 weeks, did a 30-day little system, and then I hopped onto the ER Shred because I did it very first time when you guys just started, and I felt so much better. Like, I'm also a cancer survivor, so my joints all of a sudden start to feel better. My issues that I have in my gut health, like nice. Totally, literally in the next few days, and I don't have a scale anymore.
Well, wait, okay. So we gotta go back a little. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
You're doing a great job. You did nothing wrong, but I just want to dig just a little bit deeper on these key points. How long ago did you start ER Shred then?
The very first year when you started.
You're talking all the way back in 2020, at the end of 2020? I
did it once with a friend.
Yes.
And then because of when COVID hit, I think that whole fear, that anxiety, this being socialized with people, be helping others, I almost felt like a turtle. Like I just went within.
Yes.
And because I was always afraid to show myself, the fear that I had and the shame of not helping others. And so I kind of put myself in this little shell.
Yes. Yes. Okay, so this explains why it's only more recently that I've become aware of you and your results.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. Well, can I say something about that real quick?
Absolutely.
We've got a lot of people that watch these recordings. We've got a lot of people that watch the YouTube videos, listen to the podcast. I want to give a shout out. Hey, Monique, your tattoo there, it says inspire, doesn't it?
Oh, yes, it does. Yeah.
Well, tonight you're going to be like a huge, huge inspiration because that shell you're talking about, this is a very real thing. And people do not feel worthy. People do not feel as though they can inspire other people, that their story even matters. And you're talking almost 2 years later, you're coming on here. And I didn't have to twist your arm to get you on here. You were excited to come on. And guys, there's a lot of you out there. And we just want to say, we call you our silent ninjas, ninja shredders, because we know you're out there, and we know your journey, we know your plight, and we love you. And it's important that you know that. It's important that you know that we're aware of you. We don't know how many of you there are out there, but we know you're out there, and whenever the time is right. That's the cool thing about this, is there's no pressure and there's no deadline, and we would never look to take advantage. We would never look to, it's just pure goodness right here, guys. So Monique, let's continue on with your story, but thank you for being that, that inspiration for all of our silent ninjas out there, that I hope one day, they don't have to, it's not necessary, but we want to get to know more and more of them. All right, Monique. So give me an idea. You do your first shred. You did great, but then it sounds like you got funky with the whole virus and everything, pulled back into your shell. And then, what has transpired since?
I feel that since I decided to convert my van to drive from Ontario up to here, I'm like, see what life is going to happen right here in BC. That was not my plan to stay here. But I also met a natural doctor that started giving me injections. It's called neuro injections, and it was a part of had to do with my cancer. But she would ask about, how do you feel about your cancer? And I would have to take my shirt off, and I'd be sitting there in my bra, and I just felt so uncomfortable.
Right.
She would go so deep into that, but by using these neuro injections, made me realize how much I was holding back. So much that I went through like almost a transformation of crying, healing, getting all this stuff that you're holding back inside. It came all out. And then that's when I also learned, like, okay, I have to look after myself first before I look after everybody else. And that's a huge, huge thing for me to do. So. And
then, okay, I'm going to let you continue from that point forward. You learned that, you need to start looking inward, then outward. And what unfolded from that point?
Well, then it became more easier for me to start sharing again, because I've been doing isogenics for 7 years. And I started to reach out, but I still wasn't feeling comfortable of sharing, because I was judging my body. I didn't like my body. I didn't have that. You know how we all feel like, woohoo, you feel so good and having that energy and getting up and sleeping well. I was totally not doing that. I was not, till I decided September 1st, I'm going on a 30-day challenge. And then Lynn tells me everybody's going to ER shred. I said, I am in, I am going in. And then all of a sudden, it's just like plucked myself into the socket, and the light bulb went on, and I just started to feel better and better.
So you lit up,
my jeans on, and I'm like, yes, yes, yes.
I want to show everybody this picture. Okay. Can you speak to this for me? What am I looking at here? Can everybody see that? Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Hold on one sec. I'm going to talk for just a moment longer. This is our friend Monique right here. And check this out. Like, just take a look at that for a minute. What do you see, and what do you feel when you look here, Monique?
I feel like the picture on did you see the other one too?
Yeah, let me look here. Hold on. This one right here. Here we go. Everybody, I'm going to keep talking for hold on one second. I'm going to keep talking for just a second, just so that my picture stays up. Okay, now you go ahead and you can take over.
This picture was supposed to be in a private group, and then all of a sudden it's on my Facebook page. I'm like, oh shit, that was not my meant to do at all. But then
Was it shared from someone in ER Shred?
no.
Okay.
I
Okay.
did it at night without my glasses on, and it
So you made it was a mistake that was meant to happen.
but you know what? I'm like, no, it is okay, because everybody needs to know when you feel good and when it's your turn that you just got to go and do it. To me, I just, right now, when I see that picture, I saw myself not being happy and not feeling good about what's going on within.
Right.
And, you know.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. I look at old photos of myself when I was in the middle of the dad life and the stress, and my body was not working properly, and I was trying to do everything I knew how, and nothing was working. I get it. I get it. That's why when you light up, it lights me up all over again.
So here I feel my mind like being on this, and I've been staying on it now. Like I'm not going off it, and integrating other foods, but not all the time. But being on it, I feel I am so, my mind, I'm starting a winery here in the Okanagan. And that's going to be also, the winery is going to meet to inspire other women, the entrepreneurs, and make that a hot spot for anybody that is in isogenics or want to come to an event. But to me, like my brain is going like, where is this all coming from? I have energy, I have an easy way of talking, and I have an easy way of collaborating people where I want to be into my life. And you know, opening up a winery is not that easy. I'm just doing it. I'm just living in the unknown zone, and I just freaking loving it.
You got to watch this show. It's called Limitless. Have you seen this show, Limitless?
Yes.
Where he takes the pill and suddenly just like everything is working, and it's, you know, I when you describe how you're feeling and the emotional well-being, the mental clarity, the mental fortitude, the capacity, you know, for growth and for vision and for, you know, as you said, attracting good things into your life. I so dig it. I'm so happy for you. What else, if we thought about you before versus you after, what else has shifted for you?
I think that was always in me, but I feel that also being with the group in the ER Shred group, I love how people are raw and real stories. There's no bullshit. There's nobody having a filter. Yeah. And I don't want that filter. Yeah. That's something that is, I don't like people with filters. Just be real. It's a yes or no to me. I'm not a black and white person. That's just how it is. And I think that really shifted to me, that I could take on anything. Yeah, I think the culture of ER Shred has really resonated with you, as it has with all of us. Beautiful. That's beautiful. And has there anything else in your life in terms of, how about cravings? Anything there? Cravings for? Did you used to have cravings for? Oh, foods? Yeah. How's that going? No, I don't have that, really. I don't. Cravings seem to be gone. Yeah, but the only thing I have is, because when you're in the wine industry, they don't like my wine. So I keep saying to myself, okay, just one glass is okay. But my wine glass fits one bottle. So I need to go to one little tiny. So can I ask you a question for everybody on here? How do you do on wine? Do you do pretty good on it? Yes, I actually do. I always, when I do help other people, I said, you're allowed to have your wine, you're allowed to have your beer. It's just how much water do you drink? How much coffee do you drink? And you're allowed to do that. You know, yeah. Truthfully, hey, if Reese's peanut butter cups are part of your blueprint, then have them. Because that's truly how it is. So like, that's why I asked, because if you do well on wine and you can figure out how much is the right amount for you, and I'm all for it. If that's part of your blueprint, I'm all for it. Well, I'm so unbelievably happy for you. Your before and after pictures says a lot. Do you mind me asking, I know you got rid of the scale. Do you recollect how many pounds you had lost or inches you had lost before you ditched the scale? I think I'm up to 32 inches. I haven't done it for the last 2 weeks, but the last time I did it was almost 28 inches, and I just morphed away.
Dang.
Yeah.
And I want to ask you, you had a scale? What'd you do
Yeah.
with it?
Yeah, I heard Jesse and everybody in your group, get rid of your scale. And I saw these pictures and I'm like, all right, bye-bye.
Oh my gosh, you're a true blue ER shredder. Guys, don't feel shame if you keep your scale. Some people love their scale. It's okay. But for me, it was causing an unnecessary, unhealthy complex for me personally. So I was all too happy to get rid of it. I got to tell you a little secret. Another reason I'm really excited to get rid of my scale is because my wife and my daughter, they don't even know what they weigh. And it's just such a healthy practice because that scale is a little lying bastard and it can make you think you don't have the self-worth that you really do have, right?
So true.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for coming on. Is there anything that you'd like to say in closing to ER shredders, to newbies, or anything else?
Well, for the newbies, I feel like you just gotta go and do it. Like you have nothing to lose, but you got a lot to gain. And what you're gaining is just a lot of knowledge and feel freaking amazing from within. That is just so powerful.
So good. So good. All right. We got to throw swords up here for Monique. Hold on. We're going to put the gallery mode. Monique,
Thank
you're an
you.
ER shred warrior. You're legit. You're bona fide. You're official. We love you.